How do you get a relationship label? I had this awesome question come in from Math, who said, what does it mean when a guy claims that he is not seeing/talking to other women, essentially telling you he's being exclusive, yet says he doesn't like labels/doesn't want a relationship, even when you are not straight up asking for a relationship? How do you get the label? How do you get a relationship label? How do you get the guy to call you his girlfriend? I'm answering Matt's question and giving you a 5-step formula to get the label. I'll see you in a second. How do you get a relationship label? How do you get him to call you his girlfriend? That's what we're talking about today. And the first thing you have to do, which is very important, is watch your assumptions. You might remember a few weeks ago we did a video on how to stop getting played by men. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link up here and in the description. Now, in that video, point number 4, something very important that I talked about, was never assume exclusivity. Never assume a guy is not seeing other women until he's actually told you so. Now, that's important. But what often happens is you have this kind of weird conversation at the start of a relationship, and Math has had this conversation, and a lot of women who come to me asking the question about labels have had the conversation as well. It's quite early on. They're asking me about labels because on the first, second, or perhaps the third date, they've had this weird kind of conversation where he says, oh, I'm not really seeing anyone else right now. And you say, oh, great, I'm not seeing anyone else either. Now, the problem with this conversation is it's not a true exclusivity commitment conversation the way a lot of women think it is. You see, there's a difference between him saying, I'm exclusive right now, versus him saying, I'm committing to be exclusive with you in the future. She hears, oh, he's going to be exclusive to me as long as we're seeing each other. He means, I'm literally exclusive to you right now. This is very important because the question about labels often comes up from women who have had this kind of pseudo-exclusiveness conversation and assumed it meant that the guy was committing to being exclusive as long as he was seeing you. Now, that's rarely the case. Remember, men often do not come, in fact, in the vast majority of cases, do not come to dating looking for a relationship. It's something they sell themselves on as time passes. Thus, most men, and in fact, most women, you want to have your standards in place and you don't want to be committing to someone you hardly know. And let's face it, someone after 1, 2, or 3 dates is still, for the most part, a stranger. Your exclusiveness is valuable, but men in particular will be hesitant to commit to long-term exclusivity after 1 or 2 dates. But they will comment, I'm not seeing anyone else right now. And that's why number 2 is that you have to have had that conversation. You have to have had that exclusive future commitment conversation with the guy before you even think about labels. And that usually comes quite a way further down the dating process. Now, if you're not sure how to have that conversation, there's a video, I'll put the link up here in the description as well, on how to get a guy to commit, where Jamia demonstrates that conversation. You must have that conversation. You must have it first before you worry about a label. Number 3 is give it time. Again, remember, men do not come to dating looking for a relationship. It's very rare. Once you've had that exclusive conversation and you've committed to being emotionally, physically, etc., exclusive to each other, that's when you can start to go, okay, I wonder when we're going to label this. An example from my own life. We committed to being exclusive, and it wasn't until 4 months later that I sold myself on the idea of a relationship. Okay, number 4, ask yourself 2 very important and big questions. Number 1 is, do I trust him? Do I trust this guy with his emotionally exclusive commitment? And number 2, is the relationship progressing? Are the emotional connection between the two of you, or is the emotional connection between the two of you progressing in the right manner? Those are the 2 most important questions to ask yourself. And number 5 is forget the label and focus on emotional progression. So come back every 2 weeks, come back every 4 weeks and check in. Are things progressing in the right direction? Is your relationship heading the right way? If someone is walking up a mountain, you don't keep asking them, when are they going to get to the top? You just accept that they're walking there and you leave them alone to get there. Now, if that person stops walking, if the emotional progression stops, then that's when maybe you have a cause for concern. But the question then is not, how do I get a label? The question becomes, why is my relationship or why is our connection not progressing? But as long as things are progressing, you can forget the label entirely. If he's seeing your family more each month, if he's seeing your friends more each month, if he's spending more time with you more each month, if he's projecting further into the future more each month, then obviously you're going to end up with a label, and it's going to happen completely naturally. You won't even have to worry about it. There's no way it would be stupid for him if he's spending 5 nights a week with you, he's met your family, met your friends, done all the right things that a guy would do, and he's been progressing towards that. It would be flat out stupid for him not to call you his girlfriend. And if it ever happened, you could call him on it, but it would never happen. So forget the label and focus instead on emotional progression. The reality is, a lot of women who come to me wanting the label, it's more a security thing. They more want the security because they're feeling insecure that he might leave. The label is not what's important. It's emotional progression in the connection between the two of you that is most important. If that is happening, the label will take care of itself. One more thing before I go. A lot of women ask me questions on this and they say, well, that's great, Mark, but what do I do in the meantime? What do I call the guy? What if my friends ask? Well, it's very simple. You can call him by his name. Hey, Mum, this is Mark. Hey, friend, this is Mark. Mark's coming along. Now, occasionally you'll get a family member or a friend that's particularly quizzical on you and they say, oh, what are you guys? What are you? And you can say, honestly, we're seeing each other, but we're not labeling anything yet. It's very simple, it's honest, it's authentic, and there's no reason to question it. Now, you might have girlfriends who say, oh, girl, you don't respect yourself because you don't put a label on it. Forget the label. Focus only on emotional progression. That's what's most important. Well, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up as you always do, and make sure you subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. So subscribe if you did, and tell your friends about the channel as well. Hit the little bell. Hit the little bell so you get notifications when new videos are up, and don't forget to leave a comment. Comments, questions. I love the interaction on this channel, so keep it up. Leave your thoughts below. I'd love to hear from you. Well, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video really soon.